Offer accepted in Texas. Home buying step 10. Once your offer is accepted, the marathon becomes a sprint. Deadlines matter, momentum increases, and small missteps can suddenly have expensive consequences. This is the phase where trying to go faster by skipping steps is most likely to derail the deal. In Texas, when an offer is accepted and the contract is executed, time truly is of the essence. There is no pause button. Timelines begin immediately, whether you feel ready or not. You'll need to deliver earnest money and the option fee on time, schedule and complete inspections within the option period, negotiate repairs and credits cleanly, and keep your loan appraisal and title work moving toward closing. Your realtor should be managing the timeline and helping absorb pressure, but if something feels unclear, ask. Silence and missed deadlines are how small issues turn into big problems. One of the first points of confusion after acceptance is the difference between earnest money and escrow. People often use the terms interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. Earnest money is the deposit you put up to show good faith. It's typically delivered to the title company and held under the terms of the contract. Escrow refers to the broader process the title company manages, holding and dispersing funds, handling prorations, coordinating lender money, and preparing for the closing. Earnest money sits in escrow, but escrow includes far more than that deposit. The option fee is separate. In Texas, the option fee is usually paid to the seller, generally through the title company, in exchange for your unrestricted right to terminate the contract during the option period. When someone says, "I paid the escrow," they usually mean they delivered the earnest money, sometimes the option fee. If you're ever unsure, ask your agent or the title company to confirm exactly what has been paid and what has not. In most Texas contracts, you have 3 days after execution to deliver earnest money and the option fee unless the contract says otherwise. Do not delay this. Failing to deliver earnest money does not automatically void the contract. Buyers have been held to contracts even when earnest money was never delivered. If you intend to walk away, you must terminate the contract properly. Ignoring deadlines does not make a contract disappear. The option period is your contractual escape hatch. During this window, you can terminate for any reason or no reason and recover your earnest money. Once the option period expires, leverage shifts dramatically. Another serious issue during this phase has nothing to do with the house itself: wire fraud. If you receive wiring instructions by email or text, even if they appear to come from your realtor, lender, or title company, treat them as unverified until proven otherwise. Always call a known, trusted number for the title company to confirm wiring instructions. Do not reply to the message itself. Do not call a number included in the message. Save your realtor, lender, and title company phone numbers early so you aren't scrambling under pressure. I recently closed with a title company I've used many times, and I still called to verify wiring details. That's exactly what you want to do. Slow down, verify, then move money. After acceptance, everyone has a role. Your realtor should be tracking deadlines, coordinating inspections and repair negotiations, communicating with the other agent, checking in with title and lender, and helping remove friction so the deal can close on time. You, the buyer, still make the decisions. Your realtor can offer guidance and opinions, but they can be wrong. You can ask, "What would you do in my shoes?" But you're the one wearing them. Once inspections are scheduled and completed, this is where many buyers feel the most uncertainty. But you can alleviate that. If possible, Attend your inspection. Walking the property with the inspector helps you understand what actually matters in real time rather than guessing later from a written report. Inspectors are required to note certain items even when they're minor, expected, or typical for the age of the home. Hearing an inspector say, "We have to report this, but it's not a big deal," provides context you simply don't get from reading the report alone. At the same time, your job during an inspection is to listen and evaluate, not to direct the process. Avoid distracting the inspector. Every side conversation pulls attention away from their work. Contractors and inspectors serve different roles. A contractor may be very knowledgeable, but inspectors receive specific training and are regulated by the Texas Real Estate Commission. Both perspectives can be useful, but they are not interchangeable. Once inspections are complete, repair negotiations begin. This is where earlier restraint pays off. If you press the seller to the absolute bottom dollar up front, expect resistance now. And if something still feels wrong, even after explanations, don't ignore it. There is no obligation to proceed if the risk no longer makes sense. Not every transaction is clean or simple. I once worked with buyers purchasing a home owned by heirs of an estate. There was no will, a reverse mortgage was involved, all parties were out of state, and an additional heir surfaced unexpectedly in the middle of the process. Inspections revealed necessary repairs, but there was essentially no equity to cover them. Rather than letting the deal collapse, my buyers chose to increase the purchase price so that repairs could be rolled into the loan. No one loved that situation, but both sides found a solution they could live with, and that's how real transactions close. Unusual situations aren't common, but they do happen. Extensions exist for a reason. Delays don't mean failure, they mean the process is working through reality. Step 10 is where coordination matters more than enthusiasm. If everyone stays engaged, communicates clearly, and respects the process, most deals close, even when they're messy. In the next step, we're going to walk through what happens as you move toward closing, final approvals, walkthroughs, funding, and what to expect on the finish line.